don't usually meet with women. Couples, yes, but a single woman. And then I am.
The film opens with Chloe, a young and attractive woman, wearing seductive lingerie, excelling as an escort. She easily attracts attention. As she left the hotel, a guest politely opened the taxi door for her while secretly caressing her legs one last time. At the same time, Catherine Stewart, a gynecologist, saw the whole incident from her office window. Her focus was soon diverted when the assistant announced that her last patient of the day was waiting. Catherine then checks the patient, who works as a ballet dancer for a living. She came in to check with Catherine about not getting any orgasms from her puppet master. The doctor gets it right away and assures the patient it's not mysterious or magical. It's simply from manipulating a specific part of the organ. She then tells the patient that she'll give some pamphlets of some sort to take home. Most men probably need this pamphlet as well. David Stewart, Catherine's husband, who works as a professor, gives out an outstanding and interactive lecture. A female student raises her hand and invites the professor to dinner. Every male professor's dream. David politely declines since it's his birthday and he has a plane to catch. Catherine had prepared a surprise party for her husband back at Stewart's residence. She invited dozens of people over. Later, her son Michael arrives with his girlfriend Anna. Quick background: their mother-son relationship has deteriorated over the years and Michael has grown somewhat indifferent to his mother. Catherine calls out for her son, but he ignores her and heads to his bedroom upstairs. Soon after, the phone rings and Catherine rushes to pick it up. David tells his wife that he'll be late since he missed his flight home. While David is on the phone, a female student waits for him in the background. With not much option, Catherine announces to everyone in attendance the bad news. The following day, Catherine wakes up and sees her husband already dressed up. David apologizes for not attending the party and tells Catherine that he'll be late again tonight due to some work-related activities. After the brief exchange, David heads right away to his office. Later, while checking on the gifts, Catherine sees Anna half-naked going out of Michael's room. She then confronts the teenager for the inappropriate behavior and asks them if they're using banana peels. As she's leaving, she notices a phone buzzing in her husband's jacket. Curiously, she picks it up and discovers a message from one of his students expressing gratitude for the previous night. Later, the Stewart family, along with Anna, enjoys a musical concert. Post-performance, Catherine and David part ways with the young couple and proceed to a restaurant to join Frank and his companion. Soon after, a waitress approaches to take their order, and David intriguingly inquires about her recommendations instead. Catherine looks down, somewhat disappointed that her husband is being a flirt. Catherine excuses herself to the comfort room and then hears a woman crying in the next stall. She asks if everything is fine, and the woman evasively replies that she ran out of toilet paper. Catherine hands out toilet paper and the woman says that men are buttholes, to which Catherine agrees. As they tidy themselves in the mirror, Chloe tries to give Catherine a hairpin, to which she kindly declines. Later, Catherine sees Chloe return to her table and interested in her date. The following day, Catherine visits a hotel bar that Chloe frequents in search of potential clients. She then buys Chloe a drink and lays out that she suspects her husband of cheating and wants to test her husband's loyalty by sending out Chloe. Chloe heads over to a coffee shop the next day where David frequents. Moments later, as expected, David arrives and she goes to work. Chloe leans over as she borrows sugar from David after returning to her table. She smiles at him, clearly trying to seduce him. David smiles back. Later that afternoon, the conniving duo meet. Chloe describes the encounter with David as friendly, and that he didn't really hit on her. Curious, Catherine asks Chloe how she does it. Chloe speaks openly about herself and tries to see the good in people of all walks of life that she comes across, including Catherine. The doctor compensates Chloe, requesting her to encounter David once again to test his fidelity. As evening unfolds, Catherine spies on her husband from their bedroom, noticing him seemingly engaged and amused while chatting with someone on his computer. Subsequently, she overhears a conversation between Michael and Anna about their potential split during a video call. Surprised by his mother's presence, Michael reacts with anger, abruptly standing up and shutting the door. Distressed, Catherine descends to share the news of their son's relationship woes with her husband. Burdened by guilt, fearing she might be the catalyst for their split, David assures his wife that he will be okay. Then the couple takes turns taking a sip of the scotch that Catherine got for his birthday. David took the opportunity to thank his wife for the scotch and the party he couldn't attend. The following morning, Catherine overhears his son talking to David on the phone, comparing how he met his lover to how Catherine David met, a story Michael always admired. A smile escapes her, reminding her of the good times. Then Catherine receives a message from Chloe asking them to meet at a restaurant. Later at the restaurant, Catherine informs Chloe that she's feeling better about her relationship with her husband and that she doesn't need Chloe anymore. But Chloe reveals that she met up with David, describing their meeting in detail, disturbing Catherine. Chloe shares that she went with David to lunch and ended up in a garden where they shared a kiss and more. The info upsets Dr. Snatch Mechanic. Chloe gets on her bike and pedals away as Catherine struggles to get out of a tight parking space. Chloe's bike skids on a patch of snow and scrapes her knees in the process. The two go back inside and Catherine tries to help by patching up Chloe. Later, Chloe then continues to describe her naughty meeting with David. She tells how she kisses David in the garden and gives him an erotic massage. Catherine tentatively questions Chloe about any potential STDs, and Chloe confidently assures her of her health, even offering to provide medical documentation to substantiate her claim. Afterward, Catherine drives home and takes a shower. As she washes, she pictures Chloe's encounter with her husband and starts playing with herself. After cleaning herself, she goes to bed. David is next to her, his expression tight with either anxiety or an attempt to suppress a bodily function. The next day, Chloe goes to Catherine's office to present her medical documents. During this visit, she observes Michael informing the receptionist that he has come to collect his tuxedo. Subsequently, Michael moves to a different area to photocopy his musical sheets. Chloe follows him at the back office and starts her favorite band, unbeknownst to him. Later, Chloe hands out Catherine her documents and tells the doctor that she'll be seeing David again as agreed. Afterward, Michael then gets his tuxedo and as usual, he's indifferent toward his mother. Catherine eats out with her friends when she gets a text message from Chloe asking her to meet her at a hotel. She excuses herself and soon arrives at the room where she finds Chloe wearing only a bathrobe. Chloe tells Catherine that she and David did the dirty deed earlier. She describes the encounter in explicit detail, but it arouses her rather than breaking her heart. Feeling for Catherine, Chloe kisses her on the lips and Catherine kisses her back. Shocked by the sudden display of affection, she leaves abruptly. That evening, Catherine attends her son's music recital where he plays the piano in front of a fair audience. She sits a few seats away from her husband. Catherine leaves early when her husband goes to talk to a female student. She meets up with Chloe, and they go inside a hotel room. Catherine then starts undressing Chloe and tells Chloe to do her like how David does it. She starts off by kissing her neck, then working it until they end up erotically pleasuring each other. After, Chloe tries to give her hairpin to Catherine, but she remains silent. Catherine goes back home to find her husband waiting for her. David confronts his wife, inquiring if she has been unfaithful. In response, Catherine, fueled by anger, retorts, questioning if he should be the one answering that question. David remains silent, absorbing the tension. The following day, Catherine reaches her office late, only to discover numerous missed calls from Chloe and an email containing a photo of them in bed. This startling revelation prompts Catherine to immediately contact Chloe, inquiring about her whereabouts. It turns out that Chloe was in the waiting area all along, unnoticed by the doctors. Chloe enters her office with flowers in hand and asks her if she enjoyed last night. Catherine admits that she did enjoy it, but concludes that their business is finished. Chloe confesses her love for the doctor, but she doesn't feel the same way. Catherine apologizes for the blunder, thanks Chloe for the help, and pays her as agreed. Heartbroken, Chloe leaves the office crying. Wanting revenge, Chloe stalks Michael during his hockey practice. Michael commits a foul, which causes him to be sent to the penalty box. Chloe grabs the opportunity to strike a conversation. She admitted that she knew he would practice through social media. She then talks about his picture with his mother. Later, she then gives Michael a CD of her favorite band, at which point he admits that he has already downloaded their music. In the evening, Catherine meets up with her husband at a coffee shop. She confronts him and tells David to lay it all out if he's been having an affair. David confesses that he fabricated an excuse about missing his flight to avoid attending a party, yet he firmly denies any infidelity. Amidst this conversation, Catherine's reaction is palpable as she spots Chloe entering the room. David turns, notices Chloe, and his genuine perplexity is evident when he inquires about her identity, indicating no recognition. This moment is pivotal for Catherine, as it dawns on her that Chloe has fabricated the entire narrative of her encounters with David, a scheme aimed at disrupting their marriage. Catherine apologizes to her husband for not trusting him and admits she became insecure about her age and appearance. Aside from that, she confesses her erotic encounter with Chloe. Although the news shocks David, he still remains calm and understanding. He then embraces his wife and kisses her. Envious, Chloe goes to Catherine's home and seduces Michael. The young man lets her in and leads her to his parents' room when she asks. While having bonking, Chloe gets aroused while looking at Catherine's material possessions. Michael tells her to look at him instead, but she ignores him and continues. David is at a meeting when Catherine arrives at their house. She then heads directly to the bedroom and undresses when she notices Michael in the bed. She calls out to him, and to her surprise, Chloe is beside him. Michael starts to run, but gets confused when Chloe talks to his mother like she knew her. Catherine pushes her son out of the room and locks the door. An angry Chloe then accuses Catherine of using her. Chloe confronts Catherine, expressing feelings of betrayal and manipulation, likening her experience to the way her male clients treat her. She feels discarded after being used for Catherine's purposes, indicating that mere financial compensation is inadequate. When Catherine queries what Chloe desires as a resolution, Chloe's unexpected request is for a kiss. In response, Catherine acquiesces, leading to an intimate moment between them. Meanwhile, Michael runs to the other side of the room and witnesses the girl-on-girl action. Upon seeing Michael's reflection on the window, a shocked Catherine pushes Chloe away. Chloe falls on her back to a window that breaks. But Chloe manages to get a hold of the window frame and decides to let go. She smiles as if satisfied, and she falls to her death. The movie ends with Michael's high school graduation party. One of the guests comes up from behind Catherine and talks to her. As she turns around, she's seen wearing Chloe's hairpin. Subscribe for more videos like this. It really helps the channel.